Well, good evening, folks. Welcome back to the Gator Sports Network. I'm your host, Zack Poff, and joining me tonight is Andy Bensch. He covers the San Jose Sharks for Inside Hockey and has been writing for them since the 2011 NHL season. He has also contributed sports columns for Bleacher Report, FoxSports.com, the Fan Manifesto, and tonight we're going to jump right into the NHL lockout. With that, let me welcome my guest, Andy Bensch. How's it going, man?
Pretty good. I mean, all things considered, there's only minor league hockey to cover right now, but hopefully professional hockey will get going soon.
And let's jump right into it. Do you think there's a chance that this lockout will end pretty soon?
I think so. The talks have kind of fallen off recently again, but they missed a full season about 8 years ago. The 2004-2005 season got completely wiped out, and the fans came back. It was the first time a missed season in all four major sports. The fans came back. The sport's been growing, and because of that, I don't think the owners and Commissioner Bettman are willing to cancel the whole season.
So what do you think the biggest step is that's between the NHL owners and the NHL Players Association? What's the biggest hurdle for them to leap to get the NHL season back on track?
Basically, at this point, you're down to a couple of the hardline owners. Boston's Jeremy Jacobs is the notorious hardline owner who wants to get everything they can out of the players, and right now they're getting to a point where it's almost January, and to say the season something's going to happen soon. And anyone will tell you the players have made the majority of concessions. And at this point, I think the owners are just doing a little last bit of posturing before they get to terms with the players. I think it's going to happen soon.
And the players have come out. They're not Gary Bettman fans. Of course, the NHL owner. He's been the commissioner, commissioner since 1993. We've already seen a lockout under Gary Bettman. Do you like the guy?
I don't know how you could. This is actually 3 lockouts. They locked out 94-95 season was only 48 games. They started that year in mid-January. And essentially, a lot of the things that Bettman has been saying that have irked a lot of people, including myself, is that he tries to claim that these lockouts really hurt him and bother him, but really it's his playbook. That's how he negotiates. As players and fans will tell you, this lockout was planned a long time in advance. The ownership crew, headed by Bettman as commissioner, did not try to avoid this whatsoever. They like taking money away from the players, and it's really a sad thing to see such a great sport being ruined by behind the scenes stuff that really should be taken care of a long time ago.
And of course, you've been covering the San Jose Sharks since 2011. If the lockout does end, what can San Jose Shark fans expect from this team? Is this a year that they might be able to take that next step, maybe make it to the Stanley Cup?
I mean, we've been saying that for a while now, probably ever since the Joe Thornton trade and the beginning of the 2005 season, the first season back from that past lockout. But they're an older team. They're kind of at the end of their window. But if there is a shortened season, you'd have to give them a little bit of an advantage. A lot of their players have been playing overseas, so they should be in good shape. And then a couple of the older guys, since they haven't been playing games, have been able to heal more than they would have from last season ending. If there's a shortened season, they still have some of the top talent. They're deep on defense. They got a Stanley Cup winning goaltender. So if there's a season this year, I think the Sharks have just as good a chances, if not better than the last couple of years even. If they miss the entire season, though, that'll be big loss for the Sharks because they're sort of at the end of that window.
And it started to look like negotiations were getting a little better between the NHL and then the Players Association. But now they come out today, they've suspended all games up till December 30th, which means we've lost at least 43% of the regular season. Throw a percentage and a likelihood of the lockout coming to an end.
Better
than 50-50?
Yeah, I still am 60-40 in favor of getting something done. I mean, it's getting to that point where it may be canceled. I just, like I said earlier, I do not think that they can cancel. I don't think they can afford it because the fans came back, like I said, after the last lockout. But at this point, I just don't see it happening. You can't miss another year or your league's going to be dead.
Well, thanks for joining us, Andy. And Once again, that's all the time we have, folks, and thanks for checking us out. And big thanks to Inside Hockey's Andy Bensch. Make sure follow him on Twitter at Andy Bensch, and also don't forget to add me on Twitter, baby, at Zack Poff 13. Send it back to you.